Why? It goes back to the first problem. We never talk about money. We don't know anything about it. You know how to run your vehicle, what I call the vehicle. You know a lot about your vehicle, but you know very little about money. But after the day, what do you actually want? Money. Not in a bad way, because you want to do stuff for your family and pay for your foundations. So if you want to figure this thing out, we have to understand money. Inside of it, I flown all over the world and met with all kinds of millionaires, billionaires, high-level CPAs, flew to Puerto Rico, Cook Islands Trust, you name it. I've been all over, paid gobs of freaking money to figure this stuff out of what they're doing and how they're doing it. I'm going to draw it out for you and show it to you. I normally teach on this for 2 days straight, 8 hours per day. I'm going to go as fast as I can. You're going to get your pen and paper out, and I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to pull out a whiteboard here in just a second on those screens, and I'm going to fucking draw you exactly how the 1% of the 1% fucking move their money. I'm going to show you how the wealthy own businesses, make $100 million, and pay how much in taxes? 0. Do I want you to do anything illegal? Hell no. I want you to abide by all the laws that Congress passed. I want you to follow exactly what the IRS tells you to go do. I'm not your fucking CPA either. I'm just an entrepreneur that get tired of not having any money in my life. Think about this for a second. In Congress, in the United States Senate, who all these laws I want to share with you that have how the 1% of the 1% structure deals, who passed all those laws? Congress and Senate. Now think about this. If you think about United States senators and congressmen and women, would you say that those at the broad stroke tend to be wealthy? Yeah. Understand the laws I've shown you? Or built by the wealthy for the wealthy. Passed by the wealthy. Used by the wealthy. Never, ever, ever mentioned to you or me. Think about it. Where else in America, as a United States Senator, can you make $170,000 a year salary and worth $100 million? What the fuck? Give me that job, man. Understand what I'm about to share with you was built by the wealthy, for the wealthy, passed by the wealthy, been around for decades and decades and decades. It's just in mine and your family, we never talked about money. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to use him as an example because Mitt Romney is one of them, and I'm not here good, bad, or indifferent. But Mitt Romney, when he ran for president in 2012, released all his tax returns. And I'll show you the facts in a second. He made over $100 million. Showed it. As a running president, his taxes. And it came, here, I made $100 million right here. And how much did he pay? Nothing. It's a fact. What I want to know is how to do that right there. Does that make sense? What I want to know is how are they structuring that shit that they can make $100 million and keep $100 million and not pay any taxes. How many of you would like to know the 5 accounts that every fucking 1% of the wealthy uses to structure their entire businesses legally through Congress? I'm going to give you all 5 of them. You can fucking go Google it when we're done. I'm going to show you exactly. Would you guys like to know the 5 accounts and how they fucking structure this shit? Again, I'm going to go fast. I got 25 minutes, so I'm going to talk as fast as I can. There's 4 rules of money that you have to understand. 4 rules of money that are a fact that you have to live by, okay? The first rule that we have to understand, I brought some money here with me today, and this is just my money, American dollars, doesn't matter what denomination. I brought some other countries' monies, doesn't matter what country, but some other countries' dollars as well. If I ask you the question, this is probably the most important rule of the 4, the foundation of all of it. If you miss this one, you'll miss everything I'm about to teach you, okay? So this is the one that we start with the first. This is the most important one. If I ask you right now, if you're holding this money up here, I said, hey, rhetorically, but what's the difference in this money right here? If you look at it, and from all these different countries and all these different people, and you looked at this money from here to here, and I said, hey, what's the difference between these dollars right here? Where's the camera guy on stage? For that camera right there. You guys zoom in or not zoom in? Here, Doug, you're my camera guy. Get off your ass, bro. You're already fired, dude. Hit me up HR tomorrow. So look, if I ask right here, what's the difference between this money right here? If I take the money from my pocket, everybody starts thinking about, well, it's the dollar's backed by the American dollar, and you start thinking about yield spreads and APYs and ROIs and all this, and all stuff is good. But if I take this money out, the number one rule that you have to understand, this is mine right here. The number one rule is right here, write this down. At a minimum, mine right here is 2 inches longer. Write that down. 2 inches longer. Okay? At a minimum. You write that down, so 2 inches longer. Don't ever forget that. Everybody you see, you tell that I'm 2 inches longer. You got it? Wait, what are you guys talking about? Oh shit, no, I'm not talking about that, my God, it's not how it works at all, guys. I'm just joking, you should write that down. 2 inches longer at all times, never forget that. Anything that you do in life, take that home and post that on Facebook. Andrew's 2 inches longer. Listen to me. We can have some fun here. You know, when it comes to it, you ever, this has nothing to do about money, but this is fact. You ever, I'm from Georgia, so I'm from the South. When you say, with all due respect, all that simply means is I can say whatever the fuck I want to next, and you can't be offended. So listen, with all due respect, have you ever been with like a girl, and then your wife, whatever it is, you're talking to her, and then you ask the question, hey, does size matter? And she's like, oh, no, honey, size doesn't matter. It doesn't. Listen to me, you should fucking pay attention. Like, listen to what she's saying, bro. Now listen, if we were all in line, be real with me right here. If we were all in line, we're being created right now, right, in heaven, and we're in the arm line, right, you got the arms and the head, and you were in the penis line. Think this through for a second, be real. You're in the penis line, right? And you were getting in line to get the penis guys, and you walked out, you got the average penis, you said, what does this have to do with money? Not a fucking thing. But listen to me. If you were in the penis line and you had to get it, and they gave you the average penis, and then you were to walk away, and they said, wait, sir, come back. And you came back, and they asked you, now be real with me, guys. If they asked you, hey, do you want 2 more inches? Come on. How many of you guys right now, raise your hand and would say, yeah, I'll take 2 inches. Raise your hand. Don't be fucking scared. Now listen to me. All the hands raised. This is the small penis society. You guys saw it. Raise their hands. You guys identified as a small penis club. Get your fuck out of here, man. Come on, dude. Listen, man, you gotta have a good time in life, bro. What was I talking about? Penis, yeah, listen. Oh. Here we go. That's not our goal, by the way. That's not one of the fucking rules. Ignore that shit. That's just fact that you gotta know to be successful in life. For all the people that I've interviewed, one thing I might break this down for you is think about money as this way. Here we go. Think about money as this. Money is a game. So the people that answered, I've interviewed over 200 multi-millionaires about what money means to them. There's all kinds of cool answers. Money's energy, money's passion, money's projects, money is freedom, all kinds of cool stuff. But one that I love is money is a game. Because if we have an authentic conversation real quick about money, and I'm going to use the parallel of a game, we begin to understand what a game is. If I tell you a game is like Monopoly, do we understand what board games are? Yeah. Do we know how board games work? Yeah? How do board games work? You have, in all board games out there, you have rules to the game, yes? And at the end of the game, you have a winner and you have losers. That's a fact, right? So if we compared money as a game, just like a board game, we would also then begin to understand, okay, I actually understand the rules of the game, and at the end of this game, there's going to be what? Winners and losers. This is what's wrong with society having no fucking keeping score at baseball games anymore for kids. If we compare it to a baseball game, right? In sports, it's a game. In all those games, what's in all those games? Super Bowl was last weekend. What was in that game? There were what? There were rules to the game of how you play the game. If you don't play by those rules, you'll lose. It's very simple. Does that make sense? If you're playing Monopoly with someone you sat down with, and you're playing Monopoly, and then through the game you're like, someone else came along and said, hey, I want to play too. You're like, okay, cool, sit down. And then it was their turn, and instead of rolling the dice, they said, you know what? I'm just going to not roll the dice, and I'm going to go to Boardwalk, and I'm just going to buy Boardwalk and Passco at the same time. Is that cool? All right, thanks. Now, if someone was doing that in a board game and not playing by the rules of the game, what would you do? You stop playing. Dude, you can't play that game. That's not how it works. You're just making shit up as you go along. All right, now go back to money for a second. If I said to you right now, what are the rules of real fucking money? On that board game of money, guess which one you are? The one playing by the real rules, or the one making shit up as they go along? Where does that lead to? Winning or losing? Because if you know how to play the game, how can you ever win at it? So let's look at money as a game. What we have to understand is the rules of the game. You must understand, to set the foundation here, you must understand that in the game, there's going to be two teams. Okay? There's going to be two teams. It's not a right or wrong, good or bad, righteous or evil. It's not. But there's two teams. The two teams, I refer to them as the contributors and the creators. On this side, we have what's called contributors. Okay? It's not a bad thing. It's just that's what they do. Okay? Not good or bad. My mom and dad were contributors. They work their entire life and they contribute money. They're contributors. Okay? This is what they do. Again, that's my mom and dad. I'm not saying it's bad or this is the team, contributors. This other team on this side over here is referred to what I refer to as creators. So on this side, we have creators, and this side we have contributors. Contributors contribute money, creators create money. Now, here's one cool fact that you can get through real quick. In creators, we're meaning wealthy. Do you know where all wealth of wealthy people, do you know where all the money from all the wealthy people come from? It only comes from one spot. Money only comes from one location. All the money that you're going to get as you create wealth will come from one location. You know what it is? That side over there. All the money that the wealthy creators have, this isn't bad. Remember, this isn't bad or good. This is how it works. All the money comes from this side. Contributors. Contributors work a job. Boom, 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 whatever it is. They work a job. They get their paycheck. At the end of the pay, as soon as the first comes along, they get their money, the paycheck. What's the first thing they do with their money? They pay the what? The rent or the mortgage. Okay? So if they pay their rent, boom, the rent goes to this side. Because who owns all the houses? Wealthy people or poor people? Wealthy people. The money flows from that side to this side. They pay their car loans that they have. Who owns the car loans? Just understand, poor people or wealthy? The wealthy do. Everything the contributors do is about them taking their money and releasing it which way? That way. Think about your life right now. Every time you get money, where is it going? Where is it going, bro? It flows. Money is always in movement. It's flowing. Which team are you on? Not good or bad, right or wrong, but you gotta understand there's going to be two teams. Contributors and creators. I can spend hours on those two topics to find those right there. Understand there's going to be two teams, contributors and creators. I go fast. Here we go. Rule number one. Rule number one is simple. Rule number one is what I refer to as money movement. This is the real rule, so write this one down. Money movement. To understand money, for you to have money, to achieve what you want to in life as a successful entrepreneur, you have to understand the rule of money movement. My job as a creator, because I'm doing this up, my job as a creator is every time I fucking get money, I gotta do one thing with it. What I gotta do with it? Move it. Move it. Understand this philosophy on this side, not this side of the room, but this side right here I'm saying on stage, is the exact opposite philosophy of this side, contributor side. People say like, oh well, the wealthy, what the wealthy do, they're somewhat similar between the two sides, which is a little bit different. You know who says that? The fucking broke people on this side. That's who says that shit. That's not true. If you took how this game is played of money and this game is played, if you took these two games and you put them like this right here, they have nothing in common. Matter of fact, everything that this side will do, this side will do the exact opposite. Not similar. Not like, well, close. Fuck no, opposite. Two teams, contributors and creators. Let me move on. When it comes to money movement, money movement. Our job is to make money move. Okay? As a creator this side, I'm going to make my money move constantly, right? Anytime I get money, my job is to get it to work, make that money come back to me. I'm going to go invest in apartments, businesses, buildings, companies, whatever it may be. That money goes to work and comes back. How much, think this real quick, how much of your money are you constantly moving? On this side, this is Dave Ramsey philosophy. Contributors, they don't move money. What do? They hold that shit. They get the money, they just hold it. Or they don't fucking move it. So you gotta hold all my money. I don't want to lose it. The studies were done. Is the number one emotion from people on the emotion of money? You know the number one feeling people have about money? What was the number one emotion people have about money? They're afraid. Afraid of what? Losing it. So what does this side always do? The exact opposite. They never move it. They just hold on to it. They hold on to it. And then at the next paycheck, they look back in the bank account, and ain't nothing in there. Like, oh shit, I gotta hold it tighter. I gotta squeeze it tighter. No more going out to eat. No more cheese on our cheeseburgers. You hear me? Fucking water only, bitches. Nothing. We gotta hold this shit. Every month, at the end of the month, no matter what you do, what's that? What is still back at? 0. You fucking take 2 Adderall. I'm not hyper-focused on this shit. I ain't fucking moving anything. It's still gone. We gotta understand money movement. Understand this point right here. When it comes to money movement, I'm gonna give you a little bit of history to back it up here for you. In money movement, there's a word, or what's the older word for the money? What's the older word for money? Currency. Okay, so the word money comes from the word currency. Where does the word currency come from? Current. The word currency comes from the word currents. I live in a house in Florida, on the beach. For there to be currents in that water's got to be doing something. What's it got to be doing? It's got to be moving. Listen to me, the very fucking definition of the word money comes from the word movement. It's where the word comes from. Money, currency, currents, moving. And what does the contributors never do? That. Rule number 1, you've got to keep your money in movement. At the mastermind, I don't know if Dana's in here or not. Dan Flash will speak later today. Good buddy of mine. He'll speak at the power room. He's coming there to present an opportunity for people to do what? Move money. Move money. Rule number 2. Rule number 2, really quick. I got to draw this stuff out for you. Understand this. There's going to be 3 rules right here. Your job in my job is very simple. Rule number 2 is we have to create money. Now we can spend all day talking about how to create money, but you have to know how to create money. That's rule number 2. You got to know how to create money. Rule number 3, really quick, I'll tie all these together for you. Rule number 3, you got to know how to keep your money. Now that right there is the biggest secret of it all. A lot of people know how to create money. Very few people know how to keep what they fucking create though. That's what separates the actual entrepreneur contributors to entrepreneur creators. Is that one. How do I make money and keep it? And then thirdly, or the 4th rule here on this chart is create, keep, and protect. All right, so here's the 3 steps you're going to know how to do. And I'm going to draw it for you the structure. You talk to any multi-millionaire, billionaire, I promise you, I do all the time, they can talk to you in depth about how they create money. Number 2, how they keep what money they create. And number 3, how they have it all protected. Again, get on stage and go talk for 8 hours about those 3 words and money. And how long will you last on stage? 30 seconds? We're back to the 2 inches in penis in the bedroom. Never mind. Listen, create, keep, and protect. If I draw it out like this right here, this is what I call MIS right there. The secret of all of it is what I refer to as, what I call, as I teach people, is the money is structure. If you understand those 3 things, now we got to talk about how do we actually structure this stuff. How do real businesses make money, structure, and not pay taxes? Through Congress. I don't want to do anything illegal. You can go look, I'm going to give you the stats and go look it all up. So the center of all the rules is in the middle of it, is that 3 words right there. Money is structure. There's 5 tax-free accounts. Here we go, I'm going to give it to you right now in order. And I'm going to break it down and show you how they work really, really fast. There's 5 tax-free accounts. Number 1, the first account is what's referred to as a Roth. The first account is called a Roth. Now, normally when I say this, people are like, oh, okay, I know what he's talking about. Okay, just wait then. I promise. 99% of what we're about to tell you and show this out to you, people have never, ever, ever heard it before. I'm only saying 99%, not 100%, in case some of my friends right here actually know how to do it. There's a Roth. Number 2, this is the most important one, solo Roth. Now here's what's going to be funny. You have financial advisors, and as I start dropping some of these words, you're going to start thinking to myself, I've never heard of that shit. Now there's a reason you've never heard that word from your financial advisors. I think the biggest mistake we've ever had, they should not be called financial advisors. They should be called financial salesmen. If I could change one word, it'd be that word right there. To help middle class America. I said politely, I mean my friends are financial advisors. They're not really advisors. They're technically financial salesmen. And if middle class America, who does not understand money, walked into these very big companies, there's nothing wrong with Edward Jones, Charles Schwab, whatever it is, and they went in there understanding I'm not talking to an advisor, I'm talking to a financial salesman, it would change the fucking conversations. But middle class Americans understand money. We're nervous, we're embarrassed, we don't have it. We walk in this all glass, beautiful building, cherry wood everywhere. Our kids are running around causing hell in the building. And whatever that person says, right, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, no, for sure. Now remember this, what's the number one fear of all Americans when it comes to money? Fear of losing it, right? Just watch this. Fear of losing what they have. Therefore, financial salesmen, how do they overcompensate that for you? They give you a word that middle class America loves. Loves. Oh, you're afraid of losing it? Don't worry. When you invest with me, we're going to make sure that all your portfolio is diversified. And we're like, oh shit. Yes. Fuck yes. Diversified. Yes. I won't lose any of that shit. Yes. It's because you've never had authentic conversations about money, my friend. That's just it's part of the fucking sales pitch to make you feel at ease, to transfer all your money to them. Remember, contributors and creators. Which one is the financial advisor on? This side over here. Edward Jones. Vanguard. All right? Who's moving what money? Where? Contributors take all their money and move it which way? Ooh, there it goes again. Moving again on this side. It's just how they get the money over. To understand this, the next one here, really quick, HSA Roth. How many have an HSA account? You know HSA is health savings account? Really quick, how much interest you make in your health savings account? And people are like, well, I don't make anything in it, Drew. It's for when I get sick. I can buy Pepto-Bismol at fucking Walgreens. What? Let me flip it around for a second. What if I told you that my HSA owns houses? I make all my money from those houses. It all goes to my health savings account. And all my money, I don't pay anything in taxes. So what if I told you my health savings account, I'm not putting $22 a week into it. I'm putting fucking thousands of dollars in it. And how much do I owe? Nothing. In taxes. When? This year? Yeah, I don't owe anything. Well, what next year? Yeah, I still don't owe. What about when I retire? How much do I owe? I still don't fucking anything. Well, when I die, how much do I owe? I still don't owe anything. Inside of the business of accounts, Roth is just referring to the tax-free side of all these accounts. Now, the trick to all of it is not knowing the accounts. That's the easy part. The trick is just how to structure this shit. Last one, two more here. Coverdale. This is a fun one we can get into. I don't have time. But Coverdale. And the last one right here is going to be called the Golden Roth. This is the coolest account out there that people get confused by. It's called the Golden. You have 5 tax-free accounts in America. Roth, Solo Roth, HSA, Coverdale, and Golden. The most important one is the Solo Roth. I have all 5 of these. They were my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters. I opened up for everybody. I control my entire family's net worth. I move all the money for everybody. All the money that's moved goes out, comes back in. How much do we pay in taxes? 0. Let me break it down for you again. How many of you let me go back to the beginning. How many want to help your family and change your family? All right. I have all these 5 accounts. My mom, my dad, my sisters, their husbands, we all have them. Who set them up? I did. I'm first generation. I'm the one who had to go figure shit out, just like you did. I set it for everybody. I have to put the money in it. Who runs all of it? I do. We all go buy an apartment complex together. Okay? When that money comes back in at $23,000 that month, how much we pay in taxes? 0. What about next year? Next year. Now, if you make 23 grand, what you going to pay? Fucking taxes. To understand how this works is how, what if I told you this? What if I give you a better one? Because maybe you're not catching on yet. What if I told you there's a way, and when Mitt Romney did it, he made 13 investments. Let me show you real quick. This is Mitt Romney. This is the article right here. You guys can see it? I gotta hurry up. I love it. I'm not against everything. There's an article right there, lady. What's really going on with Mitt Romney's $102 million IRA? $102 million. The shit. How much would you pay if you made $102 million? About 60 of it would go back to government. Unless you understand how the wealthy play their fucking games. And how much is he going to pay? And is he afraid to show his tax returns running for president? No. Am I telling you, if you go do this, you got to hire your own CPA, your own attorneys, and your own custodians. If you go do this, at the end of the year, are you going to show the government what you did? Yes or no? Yes. You're not hiding anything. People are like, oh, you're hiding and trying to scam shit. Listen, dude, the only one scamming shit is on taxes is you guys. Because your Disney World trip is not a fucking tax write-off. All this stuff that you do, that on your business debit card shit, good luck on that one. The only people not paying by the actual rules is the people saying the other side's not paying by the rules. Think about that. They play exactly by the rules. Why would I not play by the rules? All the rules are in my favor. Because they were created by who? The wealthy. For the passed by Congress, by the backed by Congress. I mean, IRS. It's just one small problem. You have no idea how they work. Here, I'll give you one more story. Anybody know this guy right here? Anybody know this guy? Anybody know him? Go study him. Go study that shit. His name is Andrew Cordle. I'm joking, it's Peter Field. Peter Field. Anybody know what he does? He's on Facebook's board. I'll give you some articles here. Here you go. Barron's newspaper. How Peter Field turned $2,000 into $5 billion. And he's in a Roth, so what's he going to pay? Shit. And how much are you going to pay? You'd pay tax on the $2,000. Fuck the $5 billion, you'd pay on the $2,000. So what are they doing that we ain't doing? What if I told you what he did? Take this, watch this shit. This is where it gets really cool out. I gotta hurry. What if I told you what he did was he bought his own company with his own accounts? Wait, what? Because I know your idea, right? You got to get an LLC, and it's got to get the S corp, and it's going to be the flow through. You know why the CPA tells you to get an LLC structured as an S corp? Because it's going to flow through to you. It's because you can take out the tax write-offs from the personal side. Because 9 out of all 10 businesses fail anyways. So the CPA knows the likelihood for you to succeed is very slow. So instead, I'm just going to tell you, okay, this one will flow through all the tax returns and take out the tax write-offs because you're going to lose all this money anyways. Let me just ask you a question. You think that's how McDonald's has their structure? LLC is an S corp? Think that through for a second. You think Starbucks, they're doing the same LLC that you're doing? No, bro. Inside of here, Peter Thiel. Go back to the screen real quick. Is Forbes magazine. It says right here. Thiel was able to build $2,000 Roth into a $5 billion. There it says it. Forbes magazine. Now, when you start reading this shit, you start first learning about this, think about what I was thinking. $5 billion tax-free kitty. First of all, where the fuck is that kitty at? And think about it. Don't you naturally think, oh, he'll go to jail. $5 billion tax-free, he ain't paying taxes. He'll be in jail in 3 months. I guarantee it. And then you sit back and what? Nothing happens. You think he's nervous about it? No. Why is he not nervous? Just follow the rules. He just follow the rules. Really quick, I gotta wrap this up. There's a lot more slides, but I want to show you the structure of how to draw this, because I want you to know how it all works. I got a couple minutes here, real quick. You guys ever hear about anybody married here or dating? Married or dating, raise your hand. You guys hear about that story? That businessman in New York and his wife. This businessman in New York and his wife, you guys hear his story? His attorney, they collected art and stuff, photography stuff, wealthy businessman. His attorney calls him, and he says, hey, sir, I got some good news and I got some bad news. And the businessman said, oh shit, I've had a bad day, why don't you give me the good news first? He said, all right, I'll give you the good news first. He said, the good news is, your wife bought some art, 2 pieces of art photography, and for about $5,000. And right now it's worth about $10 million. And the guy was like, oh shit, man. He's like, I love my wife, man. She makes all the great decisions and investments. $5,000 into $10 million. Holy shit. I love that woman. He said, man, if that's the good news, what's the bad news? He said, well, sir, the bad news is those 2 pieces of photography that your wife bought for $5,000 was of you and your secretary, and she filed for divorce. It's going to cost you about $10 million. Here we go. I'll draw it out for you. You guys, shut the fuck up. Just draw it. I'm tired of paying taxes. Okay, here we go. Give me the whiteboard. I'm going to go quick. On this side over here, you're going to have, it's going to look like this first, okay? Solo Roth. Now you can do all 5 accounts, and you can mix the money together if you want to, legally. But it looks like this. When you open a Solo Roth, it's going to have 2 boxes like this right here. This side is going to be called the traditional side. This side is going to be called the Roth side. To open a solo, you have to be a business owner. Are you a business owner? Bingo bango. Okay, you can have a solo. Now in the solo, when you open it, you got to get what's called a custodian. You can't go to me. I don't open the shit for anybody. Okay, this is how it works. You have a traditional and a Roth side. Okay, every year, depending on your age, I can put about $19,000 on this side, and I can put about I think it's like $38,000 and changes every year on this side. So every year I can put that money inside this account. Now, when you put that money in the account, they call that a contribution. Okay, they call it a contribution. Now, what most people do on the contributor side is how they play the game of saving up money. Is they contribute, and next year what do they want to do? Contribute. Next year what do they want to do? Contribute. And the whole goal for them is that they contribute enough money every year that eventually, before they die, they have enough money to go to Disney World. This is the plan on this side. Go back to Peter Field. How many times did he contribute? One time. One time. How much money did he contribute? $2,000. How much money is it worth now? $5 billion. So is the game a game of every year I have to contribute my money? No. That's the wrong game. The game is I have to constantly do what with my money? Move it. In the right accounts, so that no matter what, however much money I make, I get to keep how much of it? All of that fucking money. Do you know what Peter Field bought with his $2,000? I can see the next article, I can show it to you. You know what he bought? His own company's shares. Back. But I know you're doing an LLC. That sounds also super fucking cool. How do you buy your own what? Remember, 2 inches long. Remember, write that down. Don't. You guys, I feel like you're forgetting that main point we talked about earlier. Here we go. At the beginning of the year, I'll put the $38K there. Now, when I do that, that's called pre-tax. So it means I'm not going to pay taxes now, but I'm going to pay them later. So could I do it? Could I do all that I'm telling you right now in that one account right there that says traditional? I could. But if I do that $38,000 and by the end I had $10 million in the account, when I go to withdraw that $10 million, how much do I owe? Whatever the tax bracket is, because it's not on the Roth side, it's on the traditional side. So it's like, oh, well, I don't have to pay taxes now. Guess what side the financial advisors want you to do? That side. Why? Because it gives them more money to go do what? Invest. Because how do they get paid? Commissions. Therefore, the more money they have years to invest, the more commissions they will make. Does that make sense to you so far? So, I put the money in. I could do it this way, but here's a simple question, my friend. Would you rather pay $38,000, say this tax bracket here was $8,000 at the end of the year, 38 grand. Would you rather pay $8,000 on $38,000 right now and be done forever? Make as much as you want, never pay again. Or would you rather save your $8,000 right now, make $10 million, and then pay $5 million in taxes? Are we confused? Shit, I don't know. So it's 8 grand. So this is what the financial advisors tell you to go do. Every year I put the money in, and I'm going to convert the money the very next day on January 2nd. I'm going to do what's called a conversion. It's called a conversion. I'm going to convert that money into the Roth. And my Roth will have about $58,000 inside of it. If you're a husband and wife, you can double that and have about 120 in per year. All right, now, say I was married, right? You're married. You had 120 grand in it. Now, 120 grand is in what account? Roth account, right? Solo Roth, yes? So now what happens is anytime, come back to the creator side, anytime as a creator, I go and move that money's going to come back to that account, and by Congress passed law, anytime I move it to an investment, the investment makes me money back, what do I pay? 0 motherfucking taxes. Are you sure you understand? So if I make $1 million, and $1 million comes back, how much do I get to keep? All of it. On this side, if I made $1 million, what's the game plan? To try to spend as much as you can to get as many deductions, so at the end of the year, CPA says, we did it, buddy. We fucked them again. You're negative 34 grand. And on this side, what do they say? Hey, IRS, look at this, bro. Look, I don't have anything from you. I made $1 million out of this account right here. $1 million's right back in it, and I paid nothing in taxes. It's 0. Put a motherfucking 0 right there. I put on the tax return. Doesn't matter. I have nothing to hide. Do the 1% have anything to hide from the IRS? Who's actually hiding shit? That side. Make sense? That side is. All right, here we go. So this account's called a solo Roth. I use all these different accounts. I can mix all the accounts together. Let me go to. I can't go to the page here. So here we go. I'm going to show you how it works now. Here's the solo. We're going to play with one side of it. The side is called a Roth, right? Do we still have a traditional side? Yes. But do we have any money in it? No. We put money in. Next day, move it, convert it. All right. So now here's how it looks. Solo Roth. Everybody got it so far? How much money I got in there? Let's say I got 120 grand for me and my wife. Everybody got it? Okay. I want to go buy over here. I'm going to go and buy a big ass apartment complex. Can I buy an apartment complex with all my money? Well, I've only got 120 grand and it says the apartment is $5 million. So can I buy it? No, because I only got how much? 120 grand. Now, can you borrow money from your 401k? Yeah, you can if you got one. If you have a 401k and you can borrow money against it, how does that work? It's literally you borrowing your own money from your 401k and then you get charged for that shit. Let that sink in just for a second. Could you, if you went to your Edward Jones guy right now and said, hey man, I want to go pay my 100 grand and I want to go borrow money, not I don't want to borrow the 100 grand, I want to go use my account to go borrow money from a fucking bank to go buy this apartment complex. And I'm going to put all the money back in my account. What would your advisor tell you? Bro, you what you smoking, bro? Give me some of that shit. Because that is how it works. Now he's not completely lying to you. He's also not telling the truth, because it is how it works. You usually have the wrong accounts. Here we go. On this account here, I'm going to move this money. I'm going to invest the money here. And here's what's crazy. Inside of a solo Roth, remember who set the shit up, because it's about to get some Illuminati stuff in here. Who set the account up? Congress, wealthy, Jekyll Island, federal, just keep all those thoughts in your head. When they set the account up, they said, we're going to allow you to go borrow money from private banks. Out of your own 401k. You said, not like the other side, not like the contributor side, not like that. We're going to let you actually go borrow money from a private bank. Take the money out. Go buy the apartment complex and put it all back in. Everybody got it? How much pay in taxes? One more thing. The three rules. Create it, keep it. We're keeping the money right here. Because with this, let's say right there, that money flows back. And let's say it's $1 million a year. And that money flows back. How much I pay in taxes? Zero. So I created money. Did I create money? Yes or no? Did I keep my money? Yes. Last thing I do is protect it. Watch this shit. What if I told you that the solo is protected by Congress against all creditors and judgments and lawsuits? Is bankruptcy proof? What the shit? Try that with your LLC. S Corp. Good luck. That means inside of here you can't take my money. I don't have to hide it from you. You can have a judgment against me in a lawsuit, and for $1 million, I got $9 million sitting in my solo. How much are you going to get of it? None of it. Now, is it fair? Well, fair is truth. Who set it up, though? The wealthy. For thee. So don't you think that it make it where, how much money can I create inside the account? Watch this. How much money can I create? What's the limitations? Every year, what can I create? No limits. Unlimited. No limitations. $100 million. Those limitations. On this side over here, on a 401k, how much can you put in per year? $19,000? How's that working out for you, boss? On this side, how much can I put in? I can create as much as I fucking want to. On this side, I'm going to pay taxes. On this side, I won't pay. I created it. I kept all of it. And number 3, they protected it. And said it's judgment, bankruptcy, creditor proof. Well, that's a good fuck count right there. Do you got that one? No, we don't. I gotta get off the stage to be real with you. You don't. Why? It's simple. Because no one's ever talked to you about a real conversation about money, my friend. What you know is your business. What you don't know is what you actually are wanting, which is fucking money. If you want money, learn how the game is played. Last thing I'll show you right here. On this drawing, take the same thing, solo, right here. Roth. Here's the secret of all these business owners out here. Take the solo Roth. And over here, I'm going to open up what's called a C Corp. Right here. Did I say S Corp? I said C Corp. Right there. Now I'm going to open this account up. Okay? Say it's a brand new business. Hear me out. If it's a brand new business, how much is that company worth? I have an idea. How much is it worth? 0. How much money is in the account? Nothing. How many assets you got? Nothing. All right? I'm going to do what's called a structure called ROBS. That's funny as shit because it spells robs. But that's what they call it. I'm going to do a structure called robs. I'm going to take all this money and I'm going to invest in my own C Corp. I'm not going to buy equity though. Because equity means I can get sued outside of my, they can take my money, but I can personally get sued. I'm going to buy shares. Let's say I invested $50,000 in my C Corp. We're here. Let me back up. Make it really fun for us. I'm going to invest $2,000. Sound familiar? I'm going to invest $2,000 in PayPal. That's Peter Field. In return, I want something back. I want shares. In this case, let's say I want 100% of all the shares. Oh shit. Which means what? If this company over here at the end of that year makes $10 million profit, and they pay out to their shareholders, they're going to take that $10 million, which reminds you, who owns this right here? The C Corp. Who owns the C Corp? Big Daddy. Say that out loud. Big Daddy. Hell yeah. Big Daddy owns it. Who owns the Solo Roth? Say it again. There you go. Big Daddy. So I own this one, and I own this one. I put the money in this, the C Corp, I buy all the shares. That $10 million is going to go where? Back into my own account, over here. How much am I paying taxes? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah, this is the 1% of the 1%. This is how they buy their own business. This is how they create money, keep money, and protect all their money. It's all protected by the government. You gotta hide shit from anybody. Good luck with all your land trust. Everybody got it so far? The lights mean shut the fuck up. I don't care. All right, guys, I love you, man. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll give you guys this. My guys, where's John at? Where's John at? Shut up, Ray.
Let's give it up for Andrew Cordle.
There you go. You guys come to the event for free. You go right there. Text John. Don't text me. I love you, but don't text me. Text John. Where's John? Right there. Hit him up. You can go to for free to my event, and I'll teach you all of it.
Let's give it up one more time for Andrew Cordle.